All right, welcome back to the Homeschool Shopping channel. Today I have quite a few products for you. Also, we're going to do somewhat of a deep dive into layers of learning. So I'm going to show you a few different history curriculums, one of which I really like, as well as layers of learning, and as well as the ABEKA grade 1. So layers of learning does a variety of ages, and the other curriculum I'm showing you does a variety of ages as well. Okay. So let's get into it. First product of the day, I want to show you the Anchor trampoline. If you have a child who has a lot of aggression, trampolining a few times a day. They say not to do it. I believe it's till your child is 4 because their bone growth. I didn't know that, and we did it anyway, and we were fine. So we have 2 trampolines. We have one outside that we paid $200 for from Walmart. I've gotten a few big trampolines over the years, and we have one inside called the Anchor trampoline. And the Anchor one is great because it's for adults and children, and 2 people can jump at the same time. And it's just a quick way for 10 minutes. You can do a little gymnastics routine on it. So just take a look at it. And I think it's pretty cool. It was $100. $100, I'm glad that we have it. So anytime someone's getting a little aggressive or a little dysregulated for one of them, in order to regulate them, it's like, let's get out our energy. Let's you and me, show me something. Let me see it. And where's the other ones here? Okay. So next product of the day that I want to show you is this. It is called Shut the Box. Shut the Box. This is a sweet game if you ask me. Let me show you the box. You can see it. As usual, I'll give you some more details on screen because this is the Homeschool Shopping channel. That's right, homeschool products, ideas, and curriculum. Speaking of which, idea of the day before I forget is that if you have a child with ADHD, Dr. Robert Bakley, I think that's his name, I'll put it on the screen, says less talking, more touching. Because I know what it's like when you're on the couch and you're yelling, put your plate away, don't forget your plate. And instead of going and touching them on their shoulders and really getting in their space and saying, hey, look at me, let's do this, we need that plate done, you know, to continually yell. So less talking, more touching, if you have an ADHD child, he says, and I think that's quite handy. Now let me show you Shut the Box. Shut the Box. All right, so it starts with, so this would be the box shut. So it's fully wood, all wood, not sponsored. Did you know, speaking of which, you see those dice? Do you see the dots? Those are called pips. I did not know that until this game. All right, so you roll the dice and you get 3. So you can put 3 down, or you can put 2 and 1. So whatever combo you want. And so you go, so 6 and 3, 9, or you could do 6 and 3. You could do a variety of different ones. So you go until you can't roll anymore. So 6 and 9. Let's see, 2, we'll do 5, just, we'll do, 5 and 1. I'll do, let's see, let's roll again. We got 4 and 3, pardon my math, but I think it's 7. So obviously it's a great math game. I'm just gonna quickly show you how you do it. So you keep going. So one person goes, you can get boards that have 4 of them. I think even 2 of them, but this is meant to be played, I've played it alone a few times as I was trying it out, but I also play with my youngest son. So 4 plus 5, well, we can't do 9, right? Because 9's taken. There's no 9, but we can do, I don't know, 8. No, we can't do that. So we actually, I don't think we can move anymore. Hold on, 4 plus 3 plus 2, that's 5 and 4. Yeah, we can do that, 9. So we're getting close to when I won't be able to go anymore, I bet you. Okay, 2 in that's 8. Wow, I'm actually having like the best game I've had. Actually, one time I won. Okay, 5 and 6 and 7. So I cannot go anymore because there is no 7. So you see, I cannot roll any, I can't go anymore because I can't put any tiles down. So these 2 up are my score. And then someone else goes, and then whatever they have up, that's their score. And whoever has the least amount wins. Do you see that? So that's called Shut the Box. And it's just kind of a cool math game. Because there is a little bit of strategy involved. It's like Block Us when I play as far as strategy goes, which I've showed you before on this channel. Anyway, I think it's cool. I also think it's cool that I didn't know those were pips. Pips. All right, next up we got, oh, say can you see? What's the weather today? Very good Cat in the Hat book. I'm telling you, it's some Cat in the Hat books I love, some I don't. It's just very thorough and interesting about the weather. Yeah, it's quite good. I have quite a few Cat in the Hat books, and some of them I care for, some of them I don't. But this is a good one. This is, oh, say, can you see what's the weather today? Very thorough on the weather. I would say maybe it's 5 and up, 5 to 8. 8's pushing it, but I mean, you just learn so much about the weather, and then it's rhyming for the younger kids, so quite good. Another thing I want to show you is I'm going to show you on the screen is a scooter. So I have 2 children and 2 scooters. One is aged almost 7 and one is 8. Now, what's interesting about the scooters is, so I needed a scooter because the older you get, the larger your child gets, the thinner the bar of the scooter is where your feet go. And there are some children that are bigger children but are still young, or for whatever reason need that big spot for their feet. What it enables is it enables a larger child to use a younger scooter. So you can't just put a child who's bigger on the other scooter. If you see what my other son's on, the other scooters that are comparable, that are for bigger, like even I've ridden that scooter and haven't broken it. Because if you put a kid like that on another scooter, it will break, because I've done it. We've done it in our family, broken the smaller scooters. Not smaller, just lighter, I guess, not made for heavier weights. I might have been $40 or $49. So anyway, I'll put it down in the description and you can take a look at it. No, I don't get money if you buy it, but just in case you need it. I am the homeschool shopping channel. So if you can share this video and if you can like this video, that means enough to me. All right, so I want to show you this product from Etsy. What I love about it is that it's 10 pages for just over $1, and it's read comprehension for 1st and 2nd grade. So it's not a complicated thing, but it's something that you can add into the binder system if you have a binder system going. I've showed you my binder system. I do it in addition to curriculum because it takes like 10 minutes a day, and we're covering a variety of topics, the important parts, the summary. So this is something I could throw in there to do. So this is the first one, My Dog Max. So you read the short story below, and then you answer the questions. Now, I've bought some things like this before, but what I like about it is that because I've purchased things like this before or gotten free ones before, they weren't sufficient. It was written by someone whose English was, I could tell it was their second language, so it just wasn't exactly what I was looking for. So then you have Spike the Happy Hamster. So you have all these what color is Spike? So just a few questions. It's not overwhelming based on what's going on there, and then you have a word you can trace. So it's not overwhelming with questions. You got 4 questions to answer after you read a short paragraph. So it really does help you with reading comprehension. When kids are little, of course you can do oral comprehension, right? That's what you're supposed to do. Like, hey, what did you like about that part? And oh, what did you think about this? And what's your favorite thing about this page? And stuff like that. So I'm going to show you 3. I have a third one here, a third curriculum if I get to it today, but 3 vastly different curriculums for history. Now, they're not the same type of history because I paid for it myself. I wasn't going to go get ancient China because I have other ancient China things. That's why I decided to go with that was the unit, was ancient China. It comes with this printable pack right here. So I'll go through and show you the printable pack while I'm talking to you. So because I'm purchasing it myself, I wasn't going to go and get, a bunch of, buy even more ancient China things because I'd already bought a bunch of ancient China study units. So I wasn't going to go buy even more. So I bought an American history. So I have 2 American history ones to show you through. So what I'm showing you right now is the printable back that comes with it. For $5.99, you get the printable pack and you get the notes, but it's not, you don't get a student manual. There's no student manual. There is, if you want to pay an additional fee, it's $14.99, which is why I didn't get it. It's a timeline book. It's not really a book, it's a PDF, but it's a timeline so you can put the things down and do your whole timeline for all of ancient history, which I think is great if you were going to go down that route. I think it's $44 to get all the ancient history units. Now, I'm showing you Yamamoto, Japan on the screen right now, if that's where we are. So you'll notice at the end of the printable pack, we go into Korea, we go into Japan. So it does cover, which I don't see a lot of units cover. So not only is it ancient China, but it also covers a few other things as well. Not only, and that the teacher's manual, if you will, I forget what they call it, but their teacher's manual also has just information, explains the unit. So let me do that. I'll explain it. I mean, it does a better job than I'm gonna do, but let me explain to you about what this is. So what you're getting, so this is essentially Unit 3, so you can do, and it sets it out in that teacher's manual. It shows you how you can do it per month, which unit you study when, and stuff like that. So layers of learning, it has a book list, as you'll see, but it also has, if you go to, now there's things I really like about this. Obviously the price point I like, but I think they could have just done it a little bit differently and charged a bit more. But again, this is just personal preference. That doesn't mean it's not good. This is just what I would find easier and why I prefer the other style of unit I'm going to show you. But so it does now. In the ancient history series, it covers first civilizations: Egypt, ancient China, the Bronze Age, Iron Age, ancient India, ancient Europe, ancient Greece, and ancient Rome. And then, of course, like I said, the Book of Years, $14.99, which is worth it if you're going to do the whole thing. So see these timeline tags here? These are the ancient China timeline tags, and I really like them. Okay, so if you go to their YouTube video, you don't have to have a special membership. They have all these videos for ancient China on a playlist. You got to go all the way down their YouTube playlist, and it's there on ancient China. A lot of those videos, I watched a few of them. I didn't watch a lot of them, but they were for older kids. So this unit goes all the way up to age 14. It says 6 to 14. I would say more your ideal is middle school and heading upwards based on the resources, based on the books they chose, and based on the videos. But the crafts can be used for younger kids too. So it's definitely can be done family style for sure. So now here's the thing. It doesn't have a student notebook for your child. So you're essentially, when you read this, you're reading the ancient China. And see how it says vocabulary on the left-hand side, you'll see key concepts and then vocabulary. So now I wish they did have the vocabulary all laid out at once, but when you go through each unit, it's great the way they did it. Now that I've gone through the units, I realize, okay, well, what they've done is they have it so that as the words come up, they define them. I do think it'd be handy if you just had a page definitions, but it's just because I like that stuff. I'm very into definitions, and I do wish they had more pronunciation and some definition of some words that are throughout that are a little bit bigger words that I would have to look up in a dictionary and things like that, and I don't like that. I don't like it to have to do additional work. We're going out. So you as the teacher, you read all this, the ancient China stuff. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see the family school levels. So ages 6 to 9 is yellow, ages 10 to 13 is there, and you can go all the way up. Yeah, I thought I told you that, but maybe not. Up to age 18 is the blue. So bookworms. When you see the bookworms on the left-hand side, that is a fiction that's not necessarily going to educate you on the topic of China, but it's a fiction that you might find interesting. Okay, step 1, so here we have the library list. Okay, so just very quickly as I get ready for today's video, I went over the book list again last night and this morning, and I realized that first of all, there's a lot of good selections that they chose, like a good variety for books that are available at the library, and books that you can get used. However, I feel like they left off a couple that are amazing or critical to studying about China, like just that you wouldn't want to miss. So I'm going to talk about them today in my video. But still, again, I think their book list is I mean, it's fine, it's good. But this one book especially, oh my gosh, like it could be a Chinese lesson on its own, and it's read aloud. I was reading it this morning. It can be a read aloud if your child's old enough. They can read it. It does have some photos in it and stuff, lots of maps. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you about it in today's video. Not today's video that you're watching, and tomorrow's video that you'll be watching, depending on when you watch it. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess I'll get to it. All right, bye-bye. Step 1, so here we have the library list. Now, right now I'm telling you that, see how it has, all of you can read the Kingfisher History Encyclopedia by Kingfisher? It's a dry read. Like I haven't read specifically China, but I've read other things in the Kingfisher because I have it. And if you want to buy the Kingfisher, you need the red one, not the white one, if you ask me. And that can be your teacher's manual anyway when you teach history, and then you can just look up book lists for those specific things if you didn't want to, if you're trying to decide what to do. But anyway, the Kingfisher book, very dry read, so I don't know any child that would want to sit there who's young and read through it. So same with the Encyclopedia of World History. I also have that. I still think that's a little dry for even the youngest kids, but I mean, okay, so it's got some interesting books here. I got no problem with it. I haven't read a lot of these, to be truthful. And then it's got Deep Thoughts. Deep Thoughts is interesting because, so here it says, discuss what you think these Chinese proverbs mean and whether or not you agree with them. The only problem I have with this is you're not telling me what a Chinese proverb is. I kind of wish I had a definition for that. But I do like that they have Chinese proverbs, and I almost wish it would be like how they did with Confucius. I really like how they did Confucius, how they printed out what he said, like the positive things or his sayings. I think those are really great. So it's got fabulous facts on the right-hand side. This is a bronze pot from Shang, China. It would have been made about 1200 BC. So I guess you can show them that, but see, it's very confusing. Like, do you show your kids this? Do you not show your kids this? I say that because down at the end, there's an 8-question quiz that has the answers right there. So I don't know. I kind of just wish it was just a little different. I guess I like student manuals. Well, I'll show you what I like in the next one. It's just personal preference, but this is still a very good unit. So memorization station. Okay, so these are the ruling dynasties period from the earliest known. So it's got all of them. I kind of wish they had told me how to pronounce them because not surprisingly, I was saying around like the Zhao dynasty is actually the Zhao dynasty, I think. Don't quote me on that. So there you go. So it is in the printable pack. It'll direct you there. These are still more books we're going through. See how it says Exploration, Ancient China, Book of Years? So this is the first activity, and see how it has the yellow, green, and the blue there? That tells you the ages that it's for, so it's for everybody. And then on the right-hand side, you have this guy who first accurately calculated the year. I like interesting facts like that. I think if I recall correctly, I saw his pictures in the printable pack, so you can hand out that picture, but maybe not, maybe not. Okay, so then we go into kingdoms. So now we're on the next topic. So this is just gonna show you how they do the subtopics in here. So kingdoms, and says for this activity, so it's not for the older kids, you're gonna need, and then this is you're gonna make a Chinese dragon. Also in the printable pack, let's head back there for a minute. So you can see what I mean. No, they don't have that guy I liked. So they give you the story. So the 4 dragons. So the 4 dragon story, I like that. And then I don't know how you make a Chinese dragon out of this. Like, I've seen this. I wish they had a video of it on their YouTube channel because I've read this and I'm still not sure how, but I mean, I could figure it out, I guess. I could figure it out. You just have to make long colors with whatever. It's really pretty. I think it's nice. It's interesting. Okay, the fabulous fact is Chinese dragons, they're not evil in Chinese culture. Like, they're not scary. They're lucky, I guess, if you will. They control things like the seasons, the weather. Okay, so there you go. And then you're on to the oracle bones. The oracle bones, then there's pictures of the oracle bones that go along with the printable pack, so you can hand out the oracle bones. And then it's got things that you can read to them. Like, many people believe, ancient China believes it was possible to foretell the future. And then it's got a video on it. A video, not good for young kids. It's a little, I listened to it this morning. I listened to part of it. I didn't make it all the way through, but interesting. Taught me how to pronounce some of the dynasties that I was pronouncing incorrectly. And then we go into Chinese writing. So it's very craft focused. And yeah, for $5.99, I mean, it's a great deal if you ask me. And then it's got, let me show you some more stuff that it's got. So, but it also says too, like, okay, so go search on the internet and see about, so now that we're into, so the next one is Exploration Chinese Writing. So you're gonna practice some Chinese writing. They have some example of the Chinese writing. They want you to look up online what it's like or how to do it, I believe, and you can make a poster out of it. So kind of interesting. And then you can hang it on your wall, whatever Chinese letters you want. So that's kind of neat. Farmers, you make a farmer's hat. Now remember, on the right side, there's usually additional layers. If you go to a park in China today, you would see people doing water calligraphy. All right, so we're going through here, and I think I mean, this is what it's like. So now you get to Confucius. So it's got information about Confucius. Did I miss the dynasties? Like, what? It's not that many pages, this. 11. No, I don't think I missed them yet. So then it's got, there's a bookworms on the left-hand side. So you do that. And then it's got memorization station. Well, it tells you the definition of Confucianism and Taoism. That's actually pronounced with a D, which I know from reading this. So I appreciate that. But again, every once in a while I run into, there was a couple big words in here, and I'll write them on the screen for you that I thought they should define those for me. And deep thoughts are, on this side is discussions about Confucius. Yeah, so question, what makes a religion a religion? Is Confucianism a religion, or is it just a moral code? Or is it something else? Is religion a Western concept or something that doesn't fit in China anyway? So just discussions about things. So they have a lot of that. They also have the writer's corner as well. Let me show you something now, a different history that I bought. It was more money. It was $15 for 270 pages, but it's a student workbook, which I like. I like that because I can sit down and do it. So it's personal preference as to what you like. But let me find it. So is the complete history, it's the complete American history. So it was $15. I believe because I left it in the cart, I got a coupon off of it for $3 off. So it was $12 because I debated buying it for a while. My price point is like under $10. If it's under $10, okay. If it's over, I'm like, I don't know. So the American Workbook. So what is a citizen? Responsibility. The 10 Amendments, the President, the Pilgrims, Live of Pre-Colonial Americans, Symbols of America, Holidays in America, Lives. So I love like the Symbols of America. I love, I don't know. I'm strange. I love stuff like that. Oh, what I will also say about Layers of Learning is that they had a History of Canada unit, which is, because I am Canadian, even though I'm a permanent resident in the United States, you don't see that too often. I don't see it too often. So the Declaration of Independence, the Pioneers, the Civil War, presidential info cards. Gosh, I love anything I can put in a binder. Makes me super excited. State and capital cards. Oh my gosh, I'm like foaming at the mouth when I see this. The Complete American History Study Workbook, okay? And these are all the topics covered. So very interesting. It would be even better if they had a book list that went along with it. If they were like, this is your book list, I would be like, this is the best thing ever invented. But I haven't made it through all the 270 pages, but I did not see, I don't imagine there's a book list. Okay, so let's open it up. Now, the reason I think this is also good for older children as well is because it has a lot of definitions. What is a citizen? So I just think that there's quite a few, I think it's open to quite a few ages, because I know that there's grade 2s and stuff that still, there's some of this stuff that maybe they need to learn or haven't learned yet. Responsibilities, but it goes on and gets, let me explain to you something about that. I've noticed the difference between Etsy and Teachers Pay Teachers. Teachers Pay Teachers is you pay more, I've noticed, for the resource because you're using it for a classroom, whereas you can find almost the same resources on Etsy, but for a lower price because it's just for you and your family. Now, ABEKA does history in a couple ways. They do it in this way, but they also do it in the reading books as you get older. So as you get older, as the kids get older and they're reading on their own, some such interesting stories about what it would have been like if you were a pilgrim and what it would have been like. So very interesting, which I know some picture books cover, but the stories I found in there were also very, very interesting, and it's made so that the kids can read it on their own when they get to that age. So it's like grade 4, grade 3, and I think grade 2 has a really good one. Now, so this is My America, My World. This is from ABEKA. This is another one where we just sat down, but it's more lively than the worksheet ones I showed you, because so it covers all these, but also covers the world. So it covers America and covers the world. So it's, I mean, pretty great. It covers the freedom of speech. Let me just start at the beginning. This is America. Now the thing is that this is not made for homeschoolers. I mean, it is in one sense, but it's made for Christian private schools. So you'll see you'll see occasionally references to school and kids in school and things like that in ABEKA books. The freedom of the press, the freedom of assembly, My America's flag, the Great Seal of the United States. Now this is also very Christian, whereas this on the screen here does not, it doesn't have, I haven't seen any Christianity in it. Then we got Uncle Sam, the Statue of Liberty. So there's so many study units and things you could buy. The coins, the Pilgrims, George Washington. Now there's not a ton of stories in here. So their stories, they generally start in grade 2. Grade 2, I think. I don't think it's a grade 1 book I have. Yeah, I think grade 2 in their readers. It starts interesting stories about these kids and the adventures. Different books have different themes, but I find them all very interesting. Once you get up towards the end of grade 1, they start getting kind of interesting, just to encourage kids to read. So it's got, I think I'm near there. I'm not real sure. So very interesting. Oh, that's where we left off. It's hard to believe I went through all this because I forget. Like I've forgotten all of it and I kind of want to do it again because I don't remember. I don't know. Does he remember? I'm not sure. Does my oldest? Because I've done it with my oldest. So what I do is I usually pick a history book and I'll keep it in, I've showed you before. I keep it in their books and then we just read it day after day after day till we're done it. And then it's like, okay, let's move on. Let's choose something else. I'll just fill it with a different book, a science book. We'll move on and fill it with science. Doesn't matter. I try to keep things pretty easy. Pretty easy. Can you say, please like and subscribe?
Please like to like.
And hit the bell for notifications.
Hit bell for notification.